welcome to the Finca. We're going to do some more sequences today, and we're going to work on two sequences, one which is built around warrior and one which is more of a moving meditation, and we're just going to do that to warm ourselves up, to get the body moving and to loosen off any stiff hips and legs. So starting with your feet about hip width apart and moving into Samastiti, so long heavy toes pressing down into the mat, light in the heels, soft bend in the knee and gazing straight ahead. Bring your hands to the heart. So this moving meditation takes us through the four elements. We move through water, and then through air, and then through fire, and then through the earth. So gently at first, so as not to move too far. Let the muscles warm up a bit. We'll repeat this sequence. We'll do it really slowly to begin with. So our first move is to stretch the arms up, lifting the arms as high as you're comfortable. You no need to straighten the arms, diving into the water. Take a breath in here, and as you breathe out, sway. Let the arms float as if you're a reed flowing in the water. Take another breath in as you embrace the air, and as you breathe out, bring the hands to the heart. So as you inhale, you lift the arms, dive into the water, and as you breathe out, sway from side to side. Inhaling, embracing the air, and breathe out, bring the hands back to the heart. Let's do that a few more times. So inhaling, follow your breath, lift the arms, dive, and sway as you exhale. Inhaling, and exhale. Inhale into water. Sway as you exhale. Inhale, take a big armful of air. Exhale, hands to the heart. So twice more at your own pace. Soft as you like. So water and then air. In this sequence, we follow with the fire. Breathe in the air and breathe out. Bring the hands to the heart. And then step your right foot out 45 degrees and lift the arms. And then pressing the palms down, pressing the fire all the way back to the floor. You can soften the knees. Inhale, sweep that cleansing fire all the way up through the body. Right foot back, left foot out. Exhale, soft knees. Inhale the fire up. Let's try that again. So right foot turned out 45 degrees. Exhale all the way down. Hands pressing to the floor. Doing the hands palms up. Scooping that fire all the way up through the body. And to the left, all the way down, exhaling. All the way up, breathing in. And again. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And one more time. And then turn your feet both forwards, soften the knees, and as you exhale, sweep the arms around in a big circle, down to the earth, and take from the earth a cup of loving kindness, which you present to your heart, to your forehead, and then everywhere. So as you exhale, sweep the arms round in a circle. Inhale to the heart, to the head. And then again, release as you exhale. Inhale to the heart, to the head, and beyond. And again. Go back to the beginning, standing with your feet about hip width apart, hands in the heart space. We're going to move through all four elements now. So inhale, dive in, and softly swaying as you exhale. Breathe in, embrace the air. Exhale, back to the heart. Fire now. Turn the right foot out. Stretch up, breathing in. And breathe out, pressing that fire all the way down. Turn the hands, palms up, all the way in. And to the left. Exhale. Soft knees. Inhale. And turn to the front, soft knees, arms wide. Exhale down to the earth. Breathe in, offering that loving kindness to the heart and the mind and beyond. Exhale the hands to the heart. When you're ready, on an inhale, dive into the water. Sway through the water as you breathe out. Air. Breathing in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Fire. Breathe in as you stretch up. And press down to the earth. Exhaling, inhale all the way up again. And turn the other side. Exhale down. Inhale up. And down to the earth, exhale. And offer that loving kindness as you inhale to the heart, to the head, and beyond. And finish that breath in with an exhale, coming back to the start. So go at your own pace. I'm just going to prompt the elements. Water, breathing in. Inhale the air. Fire. Breathe in. As you exhale, press that fire all the way back to the floor. Sweeping it up the body as you inhale. And the other side, exhale down, inhale up. Down to the earth, exhaling. Do one more round. Go at your own pace. Take a breath or two to get steady. And then you can move your feet back. When you finish that round that you're working on, feet hip width apart, hands in the heart space, back to Samastiti where we started. And just notice your breath here. If you haven't done so already, trying to form that soft sighing sound in the throat, the sound we naturally make when we're sleeping, so the breath is audible. The sensation of the breath is in the throat rather than in the nostrils. Notice that rhythm of your breath. There's no point trying to alter it. That breath is just the breath that you need. No signs of stress. Just expanding as you inhale and waist narrowing as you exhale. A bit wider, certainly wider than your shoulders, but not so wide that it's uncomfortable or you can't comfortably press the outsides of your feet into the floor. And we're going to do some trikonasanas and then move into a sequence of warrior. So we're going to do some open trikonasanas and then some twisting trikonasanas. Avriti trikonasana. And then move into the warrior sequence. So inhale, arms wide at shoulder height. And as you exhale, you can lift up your right foot, pivot on the heel, turn it out, maybe perpendicular to the other foot. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach with your right hand down to the right foot or ankle. And if that's too far away, you need only go halfway down and maybe put the elbow on the thigh. So we exhale to the stretch. Inhale back up again. Turn the left foot out. Exhale as you reach. Inhale up again. Exhale. So notice what I'm trying not to do is let this upper shoulder drop down. Yeah, I'm trying to not avoid this stretch in the flank here. So by keeping the chest open, using the muscles in the back and letting the knees soften. Inhale up again. Exhaling. If you can, if it's not too difficult for your neck, you can look up as you exhale. Exhale, look up. And then hands back to the heart space. So we'll take a rest here and rest those shoulders. Step the feet together or closer. And we'll take another check in with that breath. Notice how you're doing. Lighten the heels, soft knees, remember, no tension in the legs. Let's try that with a twisting motion now. So we're going to do our Vritti Trikonasana with a twist. So this time we're going to use a bit of fancy footwork because often we're tight in the hips. So moving the feet gives a little bit more space for the hips to make this stretch. So inhale, arms wide, feet facing forwards, and then pick up the toes. Rotate the feet to the right. So both my toes, my right foot's pointing right ahead, when my left foot's turned in a bit. And then as you exhale, this time you're going to take the left hand down to the floor beside your right foot. Bend the knee if you can't reach. Inhale all the way up. Take a breath in, lifting your chest. Turn your feet a little left and exhale, taking the right hand down towards the floor by the left foot. Back to neutral as you inhale. Turn the feet, exhale. Turn the feet as you exhale. Inhale. Now if your arms are getting tired, what you can do to make this easier on the shoulders is to put the arm behind your back. So you haven't got to keep that arm extended. Exhale as you bend. Inhaling, stretch. Turn the feet, left hand behind the back. Exhale, right hand down towards the left foot. Look to the left. Inhale, back up. Let's take a breath here and we'll put those two Trikonasanas together. So feet facing forward to begin with. Inhale. Toes left. Right hand down to right foot or ankle. Sorry, toes right. Trikonasana. Inhaling up. Angle the feet a little to the left. Exhale. Sorry. Losing my microphone here. Inhale up. Turn the feet right. We'll go for the twisting Trikonasana, arm behind the back. Exhale. Inhale up. Feet left, left hand behind the back. Trikonasana with a twist to the left. Open Trikonasana. Exhale. And the other way. Exhale down. Inhale up. Both feet twivel a little bit. Right arm behind the back if you need to. Exhale down. And to the left. And take a rest. Again, back to Samastiti. Cultivating that Ujjayi breathing. Weight in the toes, light in the heels. Soft knees, gazing straight ahead. So now we're going to do that warrior sequence, having warmed up and loosened the muscles around the hips. So we start this sequence at one end of the mat with a standing forward bend. And in the pause at the end of the forward bend, you're going to step back with the left leg, a decent stride back. So when you're ready, inhale, lift the arms, the chin, the chest, the heart, the eyes. Arms wide in a big circle, soft knees coming down all the way. Tuck your chin in, finish the breath out. In the pause, step back with the left leg. And again, you can turn that left foot out a few degrees so your toes are maybe turning out. But make sure by looking on the markings on your mat that your heels are still about hip width apart. That's easier to balance. Notice I've got a softness in this front leg. So taking a breath in, you're going to take the arms wide all the way up into warrior. And as you exhale to the fold, some of you might want to stretch out that right leg a bit. Bring the chin, nose or forehead towards the knee. So let's repeat that. Inhale, moving up. Chin down where you see where you're going. Exhale all the way down. Inhale up to Virabhadrasana, warrior. Exhale all the way down. that breath, step forward back to Uttanasana. Again, soft as you like in the knees. Take a breath in. Maybe lift up onto the fingertips to make room for the breath in the chest. And exhale, deepen the stretch.
Beautiful.
Inhale all the way up. And exhale, come back to the start. So we take a few breaths just to steady yourself. And then we'll do the same movement, the same stretches, stepping back with the right leg. So when you're ready, on an inhale, inhale up to your standing stretch. Lift your heart, your eyes, your hands. Chin down, soft knees, arms wide in a circle so it's easy for the shoulders into Uttanasana. At the end of the breath, step back. And you can take a breath or two here while you line up your feet. Equal weight in both feet. Soft bend in that front knee. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Chin, nose or forehead moving to the knee. Folded next time, take a pause, step forward on the next exhale, one inhale, one exhale, inhale, come all the way up, exhale, Samastiti. Now I'm going to put a bit of a twist into this. Inhale into your standing stretch. Exhale, forward bend. In the pause at the end of the forward bend, step back with the left leg, long stride, at least 1 meter. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down into humble warrior. Inhale all the way up. And as you exhale, take the left hand down to find your thigh. You can look down behind you. Inhale, bring the arm up. Exhale, fold forward. At the pause at the end of the exhale, step forward, take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale up. Back to the start. Take a breath to get steady. Exhale, sun all the way down, Uttanasana. At the end of that exhale, in the pause, step back with the right foot. Inhale to warrior. Exhale to humble warrior. Inhale all the way up. And look over the right shoulder. Exhale, hand to the back of the right thigh. Inhale back. Exhale, fold. Step forward, Uttanasana. One inhale. One exhale. All the way up. Samastiti. Take a breath. Inhale, stretch. Exhale all the way, Uttanasana. Pause at the end of the out breath. Step back with the left foot. When you're ready, inhale into warrior. Exhale down to humble warrior. Arms lift you up. Look over the left shoulder, exhale. Hold as you breathe out. In the pause, step forward to Uttanasana. One breath here, inhale. Exhale. Arms lift you up. And hands to the heart. Take a breath, get steady. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, soften. All the way down to Uttanasana. In the pause at the end of the exhale, step back with the right. Get ready for warrior. Inhale up, arms lift you. Chin down so you see where you're going. Exhale all the way down. All the way back to Virabhadrasana. Breathing in. Look over the right shoulder as you exhale. Breath in Uttanasana, straighten the back as you breathe in to make room for the breath. Exhale as you deepen the pose. So at your own pace. Arms lift you. Breath out takes you folding forwards. Step back to the left. Warrior when you're ready. Virabhadrasana, followed by humble warrior. And a twist to the left as you exhale. Forward to Uttanasana. Take a breath here. Breath from standing stretch to forward bend. Use the pause. Don't get ready to move too quickly into Virabhadrasana. You can take a breath or two until you're steady. Inhale up. To the right as you breathe out. Do one more each way. No rush, you work at your own pace. And take a pause here. When you finish, if you're still working, don't rush. Go at your own pace. And then come to stand in Samastiti, where we started our practice. And notice the breath you're now breathing. Notice any positive changes in the breath. Notice how you feel. Notice the body move as you breathe. Notice the chest lift and widen as you inhale. Breathing out from the belly. And waiting for everything to settle. And noticing that breath you have cultivated. Rigid about the body when we're standing in Samastiti. Nothing stiff in the knees. Gazing on the horizon. Again, if you have a horizon to gaze at through a window, that might be worth doing. So now we're going to use this steadiness of the breath just to work a little bit with the balance. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, arms lift you up. And then as you exhale, gazing on the horizon, lift the heel of one foot. So keep the toes down, bring the arms down. Arms lift you up, put the foot down. Exhale, move the weight into the other foot, lift the heel as you bring your arms down. Inhale, both arms up, both feet down. Exhale, just lift a heel. So you're moving the weight, not all of it, but some of it, most of it, into one foot as you exhale. Back to 2 feet as you inhale, onto 1 foot as you exhale. This is a good practice. And if you have any difficulty with your ankles or knees, you can stay exactly here. Moving to weight into 1 foot as you exhale, and bring the arms down closer to the body, and moving the weight into 2 feet as you stretch. So you're working that breath engine, and you're using the strength from the exhale to move the weight into 1 foot. Belly back towards the spine as you move the weight into 1 foot, therefore. So you're using your natural girdle and that lift of the pelvic floor to keep the pelvis steady. And back to Samastiti. Now that's perfectly adequate. And as I said, if there's any difficulty with the knees, the hips, the ankles, then that might be where you want to stay. It's a good practice, strengthening the legs and moving the balance from 1 foot to the other. On the other hand, if your legs feel strong, you could inhale the arms up. Exhale as you lift 1 foot from the floor. To 2 foot, breathing in, 1 foot, breathing out. It doesn't matter how high you're lifting that foot, or how high you're lifting that knee. But for those of you who can do this without any complaining and without bringing the shoulders forward, I'll just turn to the side to make it obvious. You could lift both arms on the inhale onto 2 feet, exhale, hands in front of the shin bone, but keeping the shoulders above the hips. Gaze ahead. If you bring the chin down, the shoulders forward, you'll find it difficult to balance. And for those of you who can, maybe hold the pose for a breath or so, lifting the chest as you breathe in, using the muscles in the back. Belly to the spine as you exhale. Learning to recognize when your feet, your ankle, your knee is getting tired, coming down before you fall down. Inhaling up. Back to 2 feet, exhale onto 1 foot. Lift the chest as you inhale, belly to spine on the exhale. Learning how and when to come out of it with grace, to let it go rather than have it let you go. Can't reach in front of the shin, you can hold behind the thigh. No rigidity in the standing leg. Having a rigid leg and a stiff knee, locked knee, will be very difficult to hold. Nothing solid. Except the ground you're standing on. And then in the next minute or so, whenever you finish, when you come out of your balance, I often think the only sensible counter pose for standing on one leg is to come down onto the mat. So in your own time, when you're finished with the balancing, there's no rush. If you want to keep working, that's entirely up to you. This is your practice. But when you are done with balancing, when your legs feel a little shaky, maybe the knees are getting a bit wobbly, whatever it is, rest on the floor, Shavasana, back to the floor, knees bent so you can keep your footprints on the floor. And relax. Let yourself rest. Make sure the back of the neck is long and that the arms and hands are away from the body. And notice that breath. Notice how the breath will recover itself. Let the body settle. So, in your own time, don't hurry, and if you really are too tired to sit, and you don't want to sit on the floor for whatever reason, then you don't have to. You can stay lying down, but just appreciate that obviously the flow of the breath is a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit more difficult to feel that 360-degree movement in the body if you're lying supine, because the back is against the floor. But if you really are too tired and you don't want to sit, then that's what you must do. On the other hand, if you want to prop yourself up with cushions against a wall or sit on a chair, whatever you find a comfortable position in which to sit, and maintain that sitting position for a few minutes. We're going to be sitting for at least 10 minutes. So that might not sound like a long time, but it's a long time if your feet and ankles and knees are troubling you. So take your time, grab whatever you need, and find yourself a comfortable sitting position. And again, I've found through experience that once I've adopted my sitting position, if I just reach forward with my chest and my chin, so I'm just rocking forward slightly on the pelvis, I can feel the perineum moving down towards the floor. And then steady yourself. So you're neither leaning forward nor back. And notice the breath. Notice this breath you've been cultivating. And for the purposes of making it easier to make that ujjayi sound, we're going to bring the chin right down. Not the head and shoulders forward, but the chin down. So as you breathe in, your chest lifts up towards your chin, and as you exhale, the belly moves back towards the spine. So let's just start by cultivating that breath engine. So maybe use your hands, one hand on the chest and the other hand on the belly below the navel. Breathe into the upper hand. Breathe out, drawing the bottom hand back towards the spine. Notice, made all the more obvious if you're breathing the Ujjayi breath, that your breath is in fact 4 parts, not just 2. There are pauses at the end of the breath in and at the end of the breath out. Now there is no need to squeeze or shoehorn a pause in if there isn't one. Sometimes there just isn't. It's just the way it is. But if you have a pause or 2 pauses in the breath, then follow the breath into that pause. You can put your hands palms up, stretching the wrist down towards the knees if you're cross-legged, or have the hands in the lap if you're sitting on a chair. And if you wanted, if there was no issue with the hands, you could make the chin mudra by pressing the tips of the index finger and the thumb together. And this mudra seems to stimulate the part of the brain that controls the breathing. Inhale into the chest and breathing out from the belly. Letting your mind wander into those pauses. And then if you have 2 pauses, pick a pause. Whichever pause seems more comfortable for you. And as long as there's no tension in the throat, you don't feel like you're strangling the breath at all, notice if that pause appears to want to lengthen. And if it does, let it. And in the silence of the pause, perhaps you can discern your heartbeat. So we're aware of the 2 rhythms of the body, the rhythm of the breath and your heart beating. Letting your mind wander into the quiet of the pause. And noticing the natural rhythms of your body right here, right now. Now if you wanted to, if you have another pause at the other end of the breath, let's have a play with that one. Again, if it seems at all uncomfortable or strained, then don't bother. Work with the pause that you're comfortable with. forced. Nothing strange, just noticing those two rhythms of your body as a consequence of our practice. In the quiet, in that time when nothing is moving, not even the breath. And then whenever you are ready, and that will probably be dictated by how comfortable you are. So whenever you're ready to move from sitting back to Shavasana or into Shavasana, or whichever position you choose to rest, then move gently and slowly. So as sadhana, the work, the effort, is the asana and the pranayama. Everything else arises naturally as a consequence of our practice. And as you settle into the floor, into Shavasana, taking only the breath that you need, allowing the body just to choose the breath that it needs without trying to edit the breath in any way. And just accepting the idea that you're resting as a whole body. Legs heavy, arms heavy, head heavy. Giving yourself permission to do absolutely nothing. But resting as the whole body. And then just notice that support of the floor beneath you. And maybe have the impression that just as you are resting into it, it is supporting you. And perhaps you can connect to that sense of stillness. Today's class has been all about going with the flow. So now there might be a sense of stillness. And that same stillness that's the same stillness that we find in nature, in the trees and in the landscape. So maybe you can let go of the human world, let go of the built world, the house, the furniture, everything that's around you, and let it all fall away. And just imagine yourself to be lying in the landscape. Maybe you have a favourite spot. If you're good at visualising, you might want to visualise that spot. And just let yourself rest. That stillness in you, the same stillness in the floor beneath you, the earth beneath you. That same stillness in nature. And know that this stillness is always yours. It's not something you have to earn. It naturally arises as a consequence of our practice. This stillness links us to the landscape. Links us to the earth and to all the other living things that the earth sustains, both the furry world and the feathered world and the green realm. And we remember that we are part of this natural world, although we inhabit the complex and confusing human world. This is your birthright, this stillness, this connection to all of nature's beauty. And also know that you are part of that miracle of life, that miracle of nature. Every living thing, just like you, made from star stuff. Life flowing through you. Receiving prana with every breath and releasing apana. So life flows through you. Let it flow. Just rest. Just be. Lead me from the confusion of darkness into the light of understanding. Lead me from confusion to truth. The truth of my own existence, my own reality. And lead me from death to everlasting immortality. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Sat Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May you keep this peaceful feeling with you for the rest of your day. Thank you for taking time for your practice. And from my heart to yours, Namaste.